Well, here it is, Tuesday morning. It was a long weekend this weekend, a public holiday on Monday. So the mail turned up just a few minutes ago, and my tiny tack turned up. So the work will be on this Renegade today, on the two-stroke Renegade, and we'll see how we go installing this tiny tack. But anyway, let's have a look at it. Well, this is the actual tiny tack. It in point of actual fact, it's not a tiny tack. Tiny tack's about double the price. This was $37, and the tiny tack comes from, there's none in Australia. You've got to import it, and that's another $20 worth of postage. So this is the way to go. It's similar, has all the similar functions to the tiny tack. It has to be programmed. You have to tell it how many cylinders are firing and how often they fire and that sort of thing. But doable. No two ways about it. It's quite doable. Let's get into it. Well, that was super simple. The tiny tack comes already set for 1 spark per revolution, which is what two-stroke does. Every time the engine goes around once, one cylinder will fire. Well, actually both cylinders will fire, but I'm only connecting to one plug lead, so I'll get 1 spark per revolution, and it comes set to that, so I didn't have to set anything really. I'm not interested in the time. It's got a clock function as well. Not interested. I don't care what time it shows. I'm just happy to know the engine RPM. The other end, this is the business end, obviously, of the device, but the other end simply has 2 wires, a red one and a black one. The black one's got this terminal that goes under anything on the engine. It's an earth for the engine, and the red one just wraps around 3 or 4 turns around a plug lead and gets fastened with one of these cable ties that comes with it as well. And that's it. That's the entire installation. On the radial Renegade, I attached it with some double-sided tape on here. This aeroplane, I've actually got holes and a couple of screws and nuts will attach it. So what I'm going to do is I'll disconnect the one that's currently installed, cut the lead off here, screw or attach these 2 wires to that other wire, and use the existing wire as a pull through and pull this into the engine bay and connect it up. Simple as that. Not rocket science. Alrighty. The sensing coil here is wrapped around that plug lead. This comes from the coils up here, wherever they are, there, and down into the spark plug at the bottom. That's the red wire wrapped around them to form a coil. The black wire is right there where my finger is, which of course you can't see very well. But anyway, that's it. It's installed. It's sticky taped down. It's ready for engine test. We've got some black clouds forming up not too far away over there, so we don't have all that long to wait before we get some rain, and then it's expected to rain for a few days. So I'll throw the aeroplane outside and start it up, and let's see how we go. Righto, I'm going to start it up. You probably will see it blow a fair bit of blue smoke, basically because I've put premix in the right hand tank, and because I wasn't sure if the oil pump was going to deliver the right amount of oil. It seems that it is, but the engine's injecting its own oil, plus I've got the premix, so you may see some smoke. But otherwise, I'm going to run it up just for a few minutes, make sure the tacho works, and that'll do us. And then hopefully we manage all that before this rain comes. Well, that was almost right. The tacho's overreading slightly. It works, but when I ran it up there, it read, I think, 7,600 RPM. Just a little bit more than what it was actually doing. It's probably doing half that. So I'm not going to play on just now because I don't want to try and take the aeroplane outside again and run it up. The instructions say to take one of the turns off the coil, the red wire coiled. So I'll take that back to 4 turns instead of 5 and see if that makes any difference, and it probably will. And I'll also double check how many pulses per revolution the tacho's set to. But anyway, that's it's good, it's installed, it works. It was probably reading double the timing as well, because it said I ran the engine for 0.3 of an hour just now. Well, 0.3 of an hour is like 18 minutes. So, no, we weren't running for 18 minutes. We probably ran for 5 minutes if we were lucky. So yeah, it's overreading on both counts. The tacho I took out of the aeroplane, here it is here. Not the lawnmower, the tacho. The tacho is here, that thing. For some reason or other, this backing plate is meant to be glued onto the actual tacho itself, and for some reason or other it fell off when I was removing it. This is the battery, this thing here. On this particular type, you could probably replace the battery. That's the actual tiny tack itself. No way known. The potting compound is thick and it's hard as rocks. This is like rubber. Look at that. It'll peel off. It's kind of a rubbery type of compound. So you probably could, scrape that off, put a new battery in. It's just for $37, just not worth it. Just not worth it. Probably about $20 US. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the job for today. I'll catch up with you soon. Here it is on a fairly wet Thursday morning. The tiny tack's been adjusted on this one, and it now reads pretty much where it should. I think maximum static RPM was about 6,500. Yeah, so when you start your roll, it'll probably sneak up towards the 6,800 maximum. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's a good thing. So for all intents and purposes, this aeroplane is ready to fly, but I want to do an annual service on it. I haven't. It's been a couple of years since I've flown it. It's it really needs a little bit of TLC. Make sure that everything is up to scratch, and off we go. I don't know. It looks like it's going to. This rain settled in for a couple of days. Just annoying rain, not rain. Just enough to make it not really worth your while going outside. So that's good. Gives me a chance to work on it and check everything out, and we'll be ready to go. In the meantime, can you see Rosie's over there? Yeah, there it sort of is somewhere over there. The K&N filters, conical filters, turned up this morning, just a few minutes ago. Let's go and have a look at them. This is the one of the K&N filters that I was talking about. I think this costs about, I don't know, $60 or something. $60 Australian. They're not very dear. It came with its own oil. These are they're washable. You actually buy a kit, which I've already got, but the kit comes with a detergent to wash the oil off, and a new bottle of new oil, so you can put the oil on. But this came with its own oil, and it was nice and clean. You simply squeeze the tube here, put the oil on, and I just had it sitting there so that any excess oil would just drain down. And I turned it up the other way for a little while, and excess oil will now go the other way. But all the pleats are well covered with oil. And now it's a simple matter of installing it. Let's go and have a look at that. Okay, so here's the carburetor. This is where the conical filter goes. There's plenty of space. If I couldn't actually find one that had, these things come in diameter here. Well, I got that right. You can also get them with this offset, so the hole is over one side or the other. Then you get a diameter here for the large diameter, and you also get the small diameter, and you get a length. So I would have been happy with that size small diameter and that size big diameter, and maybe another 50 millimetres longer, a couple of inches longer. There's plenty of room. We'll put it goes here about like that, and there's a stack of room. Having it smaller than smaller rather than larger is that it'll get dirty quicker. It still filters the same amount. It'll still allow the same amount of airflow through, but it will block more often. So maybe it has to be cleaned at, say, 25 hours instead of 50, something like that. So it's no big deal. At least it turned up, and it's looking good. Everything looks really good. And that will be installed in about probably that location right there, and up against the flange that it's mounted onto, not getting in the way of this fuel line, the fuel line coming up here, which it doesn't. It avoids that. And the clamp I'll probably put over the other side. We can loosen that a little tiny bit. This is my new general purpose screwdriver that I'm using, It's around about 3 metres long. I can actually stay inside the house and and work on the aeroplane out in the hangar without getting out of bed. So it's pretty good. But yeah, I'll put that clamp about there somewhere. That looks pretty good. That's fabulous. Yep, you could lift the aeroplane up by that if you really wanted to. You'd probably break it, of course, but now the only other thing is this little tube. This was the cause of some issues earlier on, where the builder actually extended these tubes and out the bottom of the fuselage. So this little tube blew backwards in the airflow. One of them did, which caused the carburetors to do all sorts of stupid things. But yeah, so where to put it? I'm going to attach it to the side of the filter and a little bit above the float level. So about that pleat there probably, but on the other side, it's on the inside. So I've got a long cable tie, and I'll just put that around and then cut the cable tie off. So it will go roughly there and attach to the filter. Just got to remember that it is attached. Oops, a daisy. Do I wreck that? I think I did. Oh no, there it is. But yeah, actually I might get a new one in fact. Okay, so that's reasonably good where I want it, right about there. The main thing with these is that they're both the same. The one on the other carburetor is about the same height in relation to the fuel level, and it's the same as this one. So that's pretty good. That's about where I want it. You just simply trim the cable tie off and we're in business. There we go. That should, theoretically, work really, really well. I'd like to take it outside and try it. I can, but it's just a bit horrible weather. But anyway, that's it done. That's the cow can go back on and it's happy as Larry. I'll just show you this one quickly. Here's the tube that I want to be. Actually, I want it to be slightly above the fuel level. I don't want it siphoning out. And I've just put a cable tie around here, the same as I just did on the other one. And we'll just snip that. And I'm pretty happy with both, the location of both cable ties now. That's a reference pressure for the fuel level in the bowl. That's it. The aeroplane's ready to go. Yeah, here it is, Friday morning. The 582 Renegade's all ready to go. It's actually been 23 months since I flew it last. So, but you couldn't hope for a better day. Tiniest little bit of breeze from the east. Where's my windsock? Over there somewhere. Clear as a bell, all the way around, and no cloud anywhere. So anyway, let's get on and do it. well, the test flight went well. Engine works beautifully, no question whatsoever. The tacho not so good. The tacho seemed to work okay for the first couple of minutes, but then it started jumping around all over the place, and when it got up to about 9,000 RPM, yeah, it's pretty obvious that it ain't working properly. I think the little two-stroke would have a heart attack if it got anywhere near 9,000 RPM. So it's not quite right. Close, but not quite. So what I intend doing is taking a couple of turns off the coil. I'll try and get you right in there properly. This is the coil here, this red thing. You're supposed to go 5 turns around one of the plug wires, which I have. And it's sort of, the instructions say if it's over reading, take one of the coils off, come back to 4. So I'll do that. And I'll go and give it another fly and see what happens. But yeah, I know enough now to know that it's not going to be overspeeding, and so yeah, I'm fairly happy, fairly happy indeed with the engine. Though it's quite strong, quite good. It was a pleasure to actually fly the aeroplane again. I love this little aeroplane. There's no question about it. It really is nice to fly. Yeah, it behaves really well. So anyway, that's what I'll do. What else did we had? We had something else as well. Let's have a look over this side. Oh, that's right. There's the standard. Ouch. The standard oil tank. Yeah, Rotax oil tank. This one. This, so I could see whether see that it was actually using oil. You can't see. I filled it up to the brim, right up to here, right up to Pussy's bow, and it's actually down. I don't know, from the actual top of the rim here, it's probably down about 20 mil or maybe more. That was about 0.8 of an hour of engine running, and so it's using oil. So now, remember, I've got the right-hand tank with premix, and the left-hand tank just with regular gasoline. So I'll turn you back around this way so you're not facing the door. So I can confidently wean the aeroplane off the premix now. Now that I'm fully aware that it's actually using oil. So that's fantastic. So anyway, I'll do this coil, and that'll do me for the day. Let's well, I'll go for a fly. It's a bit. I haven't got the right cameras for this aeroplane. I know it's got camera mounts from one end of it to the other, but I don't have any with me here right now. I took that, a few minutes of footage this morning, but I'll post some of it just so that you can see that I was flying. But that's it. So anyway, it's weekend. It's Friday afternoon. It'll be Saturday by the time you're watching this, probably. And so yeah, get out there and enjoy yourself. Get your feet off the ground if you can. I think we're meant to have a rain event again on tomorrow, Saturday. So yeah, maybe you don't get your feet off the ground. But anyway, that's what I'm up to. So I'll do this coil, and I'll go and have a brief fly. Okay, bye now.